bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker. Whatever I bet.
What's up, everybody? The Gritty Gamblers are back in the building, and nothing's working today, but we're here. How you doing, Matt?
Doing good, doing good. We're here on the eve of the NFL draft, man. It's going to be a crazy day today. Kids' lives are getting changed. We still got playoffs for hockey and NBA, and we got some baseball afternoon action. So tons of stuff going on today.
Tons of stuff is going to be interesting. We got, like you said, we got the NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs. We got MLB all day starting in an hour. And then we got the NFL draft. Ooh, where's your jersey, bro? But what up, everybody? So we're going to start off. We can start off with MLB, but I'm going to give you a little bit of recap of a parlay I did hit last night. 1 second. Let me get it pulled up. It's a little basketball parlay. I had Jalen Williams over 19.5. 1 second. Let me get everything pulled up on it. So I had Jalen Williams over 19.5. Shea, let's call him Shy. Shea under 6.5 rebounds. Chet over 1.5 threes. Made that within the first 5 minutes. Miami Heat plus 14.5 won outright. And Jason Tatum plus eight plus rebounds. My other parlay with them had 8.5, so did not hit. Everything else would have hit, so it would have been a nice night, but couldn't get that one extra rebound. But that was a nice free bonus play for plus 780, so that was or plus 1,500 actually, so that was pretty good.
Ooh, that's
nice.
Yeah, no. For a recap, I didn't really do too much action last night, but I did go heavy on Tuesday. I took the Dodgers minus 1.5, the Braves minus 1.5, and then the Cubs plus 1.5 in their first game versus the Cubs of the series, plus 470. Plus 417. That was a good hit. We also hit on the same night Nashville money line plus 112, as well as Panthers money line minus 176 for plus 232. So 2 parlays hit on Tuesday night. Pretty solid on Tuesday night. Flipped really well.
Pretty solid.
Well, I gotta address this though while we're here, man. Oh my gosh, the Dallas Stars are pitiful, man. Absolutely pitiful. As the number 1 seed in the West, they're going and playing Vegas at home, and they lost both home games. I thought Game 2 was a lock, and as soon as Vegas went up 2-1 at the end of the second period with like 10 seconds left into the third, lockdown. They didn't give up anything. They shut them down.
That's wild. I mean, I know you text me. You're like, I'm taking the Stars, and I look at it, and I'm like, I'm not.
Because I guess the line it just made hockey sense. It made hockey sense because at home you have to get at least one of your 2 games at home, otherwise you're screwed going back to Vegas.
Yeah, they're just like the Lakers. We're jammed. We're up the creek without a paddle, bro. That's what's going on.
But the Stars are the 1 seed. The Lakers are the 6 seed.
Going against the best team in the West. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Colorado is almost as good as Vegas. It's a little different in hockey.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, bro.
You're making excuses for your Lakers. I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it.
No, I'm saying we're fucked. That's what I said. I said we're fucked.
You said we're playing the best team in the league. Win. You know how happy I was when the Celtics lost last night?
Hey, I was happy because I just told you I had plus 14.5.
Man, but they lost outright. They lost by double digits.
Yeah, but plus 14.5 for Miami, bro.
Obviously covered my point, but still, like, bro, that's cool. But like, in a hit W, but bro, they lost outright. It's hilarious.
It's bad. Hey, I almost took them, but I took New Orleans outright, and that still didn't hit.
Bro, imagine if you hit Miami money.
I was just sitting there like praying. I was like, Jalen Williams, you better get it. And then like he like went off in the fourth. He went off.
What happened to New Orleans last night, right?
I started watching. I was like sitting there. I was like, he's at 8. He's at 10. He's at 12. I like turn it on. I'm like, all right. Come on. And then I see him go for 14, and he hits a 3. He's at 17. I'm like, 3 more. He goes and gets a dunk. And I'm like, this is it. He's gonna stop here. And then he gets another one. And another one. It was awesome. It was perfect.
Just to highlight this
And
though,
Shea wasn't getting 60. He was at 2 and got 1. And
I
I
mean
was
Shea
like
had
nervous
like
when it sent a 3.
rebounds. Okay, he had like 33 points. I was about to say, but
Yeah,
nah.
no, under rebounds. Under 6.5.
No, I got you. I got you. But nah, bro. Looking at the last hockey game yesterday, the first one I meant the of the day, Boston and Toronto, kind of proves my point because Toronto got game 2 in Boston, and everyone thought, oh, Toronto might flip the series, and then immediately drops game 3 back to Boston. So Boston then immediately protects their home field ice advantage, and if they win game 4, they're going back to Boston game 5 with the chance to win it in their home ice. So it's like, it's not looking good for Toronto, man. But tonight's games, we want to get to it. What do you want to start with, the MLB, or do you want to start with covering some of the NHL games?
MLB. Since it
All right,
starts in like an hour.
so yeah, I think we're both aligned on both our plays actually, if I'm not mistaken. I only have 2 so far for MLB, which is a 2-leg parlay for the Milwaukee Brewers and the Toronto Blue Jays. I knew you were on the Brewers in the morning early. I didn't know Peralta was pitching until today. And once I saw
It was
Peralta
on
pitching, I
there.
was like, all right, yeah. I
It
didn't
was
I
on
didn't
there.
look. You've noticed this week I haven't been looking super early in the morning.
I've been looking this week. I've been looking. I've been sniping. I've been
But
trying to
yeah,
get the best odds.
I got the 2-leg parlay with the Brewers and the Blue Jays plus 247 because I like Jose Berrios on
I
the
took
mound for
that
the
as
Blue Jays.
well. I took that as well. I really like that play, but I had a free bet. I put 2 units
Hmm.
on that, but then I put
Okay.
1 unit on. I put 2.5 on. I got too much money on the Brewers there. I hope they better win. Um, um, but I added the Boston Red Sox plus 1.5 versus the Guardians. I think they
Okay.
win it outright, but we're gonna go with the 1.5 just to add a little extra juice for the bonus.
I want to take the Phillies today, bro. Don't
Mm-mm.
they got good movement?
Mm,
Cause Zach Wheeler's pitching today.
they don't have the money though, I don't think. Let me check again. They do have the money now, barely.
Yeah, because they changed the
What time does
pitcher.
it start? Oh, they
One
changed the
ten.
pitch.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
they
put Zach
changed
Wheeler.
the pitch.
They put Zach Wheeler on the mound. He hasn't had a good year in terms of wins, but if you look at his underlying numbers, he's looking good. And if his lineup shows up like they should be a win. He just
You think
hasn't
they can
gotten
get the
run
one?
support. They're going for a split
One
in this series.
that 178 is hard to do.
Well, you'd want to put them in a parlay, obviously, but you get my point. You know who I really wanted to ask you about?
Hmm.
The Cubs to sweep the Astros today.
Let me look at it.
Verlander on the mound for the Astros in Wrigley.
I'm reading.
Brother found an article on it. But just to give you guys my reasoning why I was taking a
What
listen
was
to it.
Verlander's pitching last year?
Last year, I mean, solid as usual.
Yeah, but he's at 3 right now. I want to see how close he was to that
The same as
ERA.
last year. It's like
You know that's what I go
3.33
by.
last year. His first game was against the Nationals. I know because I was watching it. His first game back this year.
3-2-1. Yeah.
Now the Cubs lineup
And
can
what did
hit. Don't
he
get me
go?
wrong.
He went 7 for 3 with one incomplete.
He also was on 2 teams last year, I think.
Yeah, he was. So yeah, never mind. He had a 3.15 and a 3.31, so it's actually probably lower. But he also did terrible with the Mets. He was 6-5 with the Mets.
Record
His
wise,
whip is
but his stats were solid though.
his whip's come down this year though.
He started 1 game, brother.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to see. They're not showing me what I want to see.
Oh, the Yankees minus one
All
and a
right.
half might be free tonight, huh?
You think the Raiders gonna do a mass trade to move up?
Ah,
We'll have to get that a little bit, right? We gonna have to come
let
back
me
to that one.
to give a preview for was it Cody that asked that question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Cody.
To
It's
give a
Cody.
preview. To give a preview. We're gonna break down the draft. That's gonna be probably the end of the show, mostly. Most of the bulk of the show. Draft odds for each spot, potential trade spots. It depends on what they want because if they're gonna be moving into that top 3, it'd be for them to get a guy like Jaden Daniels most likely. And if that's the case, it depends on what the Commanders do at 2 because I don't think the Commanders are gonna trade that pick, whatever the Raiders offer. I don't think the Commanders have 6, 7 picks in the first 3 rounds. They're not really worried about gathering more picks when they have picks. So looking
Yeah.
at that part of it, the highest they might be able to get up to is 3 or 4. The Raiders. I don't know how they're gonna get up to a spot like 2. So if Jaden goes 2, that changes it. I think think a different for the Raiders. I don't know if they have the same type of affinity for a quarterback, like for example Drake May or J.J. McCarthy when Jaden Daniels has a personal relationship with Antonio Pierce, the Raiders head coach. So if they're gonna target a QB, they might want to either move back a later to get Penix maybe because Penix is gonna go. I don't think he should. I don't think he's going in the first round. I think that's hype. I don't think they want a quarterback like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix probably fits what Denver's trying to do a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, it'd be tough. I think at
I think
13
I think you're right. I think you're right. Depends what they want.
because if you're gonna move up and get to like
It's
8.
to and it's to the 2. Nah, it's the 2.
And yeah, and they're not because they're gonna
Mass
move up for
trade.
Jaden Daniels. If it's a mass trade, it's for Jaden Daniels. I don't think the command
Or
Adam Peterson is gonna.
I saw 3. People want to go to 3. If you guys go May, I've been
That
seeing a lot of
changes the
people want to
draft. That
try to
changes the
get James.
draft. Yes, if we draft Drake May, because I say we, because I'm a Commanders fan, so that gives you a little headway because I've seen they've pretty much come out and said we're not trading this pick. Like we're set. We know what quarterback we want. Like that, they've said that already. The Commanders have come out and said they know what quarterback they want to take. So we're gonna get into this more in a little bit when we get to the draft, but it's gonna be hard for the Raiders to get up to what they really want to do. Is the problem. So they could definitely trade up to get a quarterback. I don't think they're going to be able to really trade up to get the quarterback they want on the top of their list. That's what it comes down to.
I agree.
But great question, great question. Did you come to a final verdict on the Cubs?
What up, ball coach? I place
What's
a
up,
wager
Bo?
on Bo Nix to go in the first round. I hope you lose because I put a wager that only 4 quarterbacks get drafted. So I hope you do lose.
Should we talk about what we were talking about this morning, Joe? So me and Joe,
Yeah.
we always be talking outside the show. And we was talking this morning. I say I don't be up on the early looking at bets, but we were talking this morning about the draft and he pretty much sent me this draft that he has, which is the one big draft that he has, which we were going to cover. We might as well get to it now. We're 15 minutes into the show. Parlay has a bet that he has under 4.5 quarterbacks to get drafted in the first round. We're pretty much dead set on agreeing that The 4 will go in the first round, probably top 10 when it comes to Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and JJ McCarthy. With Bo Nix going first round, that's gonna pretty. That's why he says that, because Bo Nix could definitely go first round. If a team like Denver really likes Bo Nix and what he
Definitely go in the
provides,
second round.
huh?
He could definitely go in the second round too. He needs to go in the second
Denver could also trade back, get assets, and draft him later in the first. That's definitely what could happen. A team like Philly wants to go get a corner. A team like somebody else wants to go up and get a receiver at that 12 spot where they're sitting at Denver. They're just acquiring assets. You have to
I'm
understand
gonna see what Phoenix is to go in the first. I feel like that's a good hedge.
What did you say? Oh, to have Penix go in the first is a good hedge.
Big Phoenix energy.
But here's the thing. It depends on. We might see up to 6 quarterbacks in the first, because then that's going to be a team like the Raiders drafting Penix.
Denver
I
and
like
Raiders
what
could
Bald's
both.
thinking. Ball, I didn't even
Bald-
see that. Parlay pulled that up before I could even see it. We were thinking the same wavelength.
It just popped in. It just popped in right when you
Yeah,
said
we were thinking the same wavelength. Those two at 12 and 13 could be the two to reach in that position. And when we break down somebody, we're not going to go full the whole first round when we do this mock draft, but we're going to look at some key spots, and that might be one of them to show you some of the draft odds at those spots. Because if Bo Nix, I think it's more likely Denver trades out of the position to get value and then drafts Bo Nix later in the first round than takes him at 12. If they take him at 12, they're reaching an exorbitant amount at that point. I think they have to trade back. I don't necessarily think they have to trade out of the first round. But yeah, another good question.
I agree.
We got tons of stuff
I'm
on
about
this draft.
I'm about to go find old boy Penix.
Let's see.
But yeah, they both could reach. But I mean, like God was saying this morning, if we really want to get into it,
Yeah,
the
that's
only
what I'm
ever
saying.
time this has happened, the only ever time this has happened, or it's happened 4 times since the draft started,
But the last time,
and the last time it's happened was 2021, and
we
they've
saw
all
how that went
busted
for draft.
except for the number 1 pick. You got Trevor Lawrence
Then
on
you got
the
Zach
edge,
Wilson, you got Trey Lance, Justin Fields, you got Mac
gone,
Jones.
gone, and then that's the 4.
All 4 of them are
all
on different
bust.
teams. All 4 of them are on
Mac
different
Jones,
teams.
I feel like
He's Trevor's backup now, literally.
they're all 4.
That's what I was getting at. They all are. I'm not saying they're all 4 bust, but they're all 4 on different teams now. You're absolutely right. Oh, shout out Bald Coach. Shout out Bald Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
you want to pull
yeah,
up?
I think it's a big.
You want to get into the mock draft?
Yeah, pull it up.
Let's take a look at it. All right, so taking a look. Shout out Pro Football Network. We appreciate you guys with the estimator. So this is where we're gonna get to it. Let me double check. Parlay, do you have a specific website you look at for draft odds?
No, but I was about to pull it up. I need to pull it up. Go to pull up FanDuel. Pull up FanDuel's because FanDuel has more than
I don't think
Draft
Virginia.
Kings
I don't think they have them in Virginia.
has been.
I don't think the NFL draft is in Virginia.
Just type in NFL draft and it should pop up. See if it pops up. Because it doesn't show that it's on mine until I type in NFL draft.
Yeah. It doesn't even load for me when I try to. It doesn't even load for me when I try to search it. So, what is there like a?
All right, well let me pull it up. All they have is what pick is which, but I can find all of that with FanDuel. So 1 second.
Okay. Because just to cover,
I don't think you need to see any more than those 4 players right there to see who you want to pick next.
No, but I was just giving a rundown on in general draft odds to the people. More or less, when you see all these movements, when you're saying draft odds has moved this way, draft odds has moved this way, you guys have to understand when it comes to draft picks, the draft odds moving out off of what news has come out. When news comes out about the draft certain way,
Yeah,
that's what
Dallas
moves the
Turner is the favorite.
that's what moves different picks. It's not like the books know something about the NFL draft. They don't. They're just moving the lines based off of what news is coming out about each individual situation, all that type of stuff. They're following just like us, more or less. And why I say that is when the whole Jaden Daniels situation happened, when they were worried about whether he wants to come to Washington or not, that's when the odd shift started to go on Drake May a little bit. But after he assured that he was okay with it, he was fine with it, it doesn't really matter, the odd change switched back, and now Drake May's almost like plus 600 in some markets to go number 2. So, with saying that, with the Commanders pick, I do think they end up going Daniels at number 2. If you can move them over for me, parlay, please. I think they ended up going number 2 to the. He's going. I think that Jaden Daniels is going number 2 to the Washington Commanders.
Well, do you want to make one of these trades?
Absolutely not.
All right, reject.
What are you
Drake
drafting,
May?
Drake May? No.
I thought you said who?
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
2.
My bad. One second.
Oh boy.
I gave you Drake May. My bad, bro.
You can't even do the based off.
It's okay. I've done this so many times. I can get.
Parlay, Joe.
All right, you want Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, that's where I think it's gonna lean eventually, based off the final call. I think it's between. I think they're gonna land on Jaden Daniels because I think they're trying to build a roster to win right now, and that's what it comes down to when you're thinking of the ideology of Adam Peters' decision at the number 2 pick. He's trying to. If you go Jaden Daniels, you're trying to win now because he's more ready to win right. Drake May is a higher upside potential quarterback, yes, but with the roster we have now, it's actually pretty set, solid on defense for sure. We're ready trying to compete. If we get the right quarterback, we could make a potential chance to go to a playoffs potentially this year as a wild card team in the NFC. So that's what the potential lookout is if you go for a quarterback like Jaden Daniels with what I think is going to happen. Now,
all right, now let's see what unfolds.
On the second pick, do you have the draft
Drake
on the
May
pick?
to the third. Oh yeah. Let me get it back up. I was trying to find Penix, but I can't find Penix to be drafted in the first. It's not good enough odds. Because like there's Denver Broncos to draft either Bo Nix or Michael Penix at 135, but
that's not bad.
All right, so the number 2 overall pick, Jane Daniels, is minus 750.
Okay, so then it kind of agrees with what my factoring in was. They're just saying what the reports are saying, and the reports
Drake
are all
May is
saying
plus
that Jaden
600.
Daniels. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, May is 600.
Yeah.
The
What's the third
fourth
pick,
is minus 370, Marvin Harrison.
Okay.
They're all out of order. 1 second. Third is minus 280, Drake May. And
Okay,
then plus 250, JJ McCarthy.
Let's stop right there because that's perfect. That's the top 4. So you just said is Caleb Williams is out of this conversation because we know he's going number 1. He's like minus 1,000 or whatever, something like that, something crazy. But
yeah, I want to see what he is while you're talking.
Jaden Daniels is at minus 750. You said Marvin Harrison's at minus 380 or 370 at 4.
370.
And yeah, he's at minus 370 at 4, and you got Drake May at minus 280 at 3. So you see how high these favorites are.
JJ is plus 250 at 5 and 3.
What's his odds at 6?
And 550.
Plus 550 at 6?
Yeah, who's at 6?
The Giants. That's the team he said has talked to him the most in the process. So I'm gonna be honest with you. If there's any team you want to take a lotto if you're doing draft bets, that's a shot right there. That's a lotto right there. JJ McCarthy to the Giants. Because hear me out. They have an out on the Daniel Jones deal. They're getting tired of having to deal with him. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm about to transfer some money from DraftKings to FanDuel. We about to get some drafts Johns in
Ah!
here. Yeah.
No, that's a nice lotto, man. JJ McCarthy to this. So play it out. Do you think they have a trade at? Do you think they have a trade at 5 on our mock draft that we're doing here?
I don't have it picked for me, so it's not going to tell me.
Okay, never mind. Then never mind.
But we can resume and see what happens. They took Roma Dunes. I doubt it.
I think
Joe All
I've
goes to
heard
7,
reports.
which we better think.
I've heard
And that's
reports
the bet
both
we
ways.
got, baby.
Parlay. I've heard reports both ways on Roma
What you mean?
Dunze that he's either gonna land in New York or Chicago. One of the two spots. Excuse me. I
Oh,
don't think
Dunes, New York or
Arizona's gonna.
Chicago? I think Chicago.
I don't think Arizona's gonna
Uh,
trade back from 4. I think they're dead set on taking Marv. Um, and with that being said, if at 5, I think the Chargers want to trade back. I do think the Chargers want to trade back.
I could see it, so that makes
Who's
me
the what's the
nervous.
draft odds on the players at 5? What's the draft odds on the player at 5?
JJ 250, JC Latham 350, Malik Neighbors 400, Joe Alt 400, Marvin Harrison 700, May 1600, Odunze 2000, Talise Furaga 4000,
You want me to, it's probably going to be
Troy
JJ McCarthy.
Fatanu.
Not because not that the Chargers are going to draft him, but if they trade out to a place like Minnesota, if Minnesota drafts JJ McCarthy, even though some people are not going to like that, but if Minnesota drafts JJ McCarthy at 5 with the package, they can trade 11 and 23 to LA. LA will be a tackle at one of those two spots and an impact player at a different position. Wouldn't be too bad an option for both teams in that scenario. I know the Vikings want to get Drake May, but I don't think they're going to be able to get Drake May. And if that happens, the Giants have no choice but to take a receiver, and then they probably take Malik Neighbors, I think personally.
Sorry, what'd you say about Malik Neighbors? I checked the group chat message and I about died.
No, what I was saying is the Chargers most likely want to trade out of number 5. So if they trade out of number 5, yeah, JJ will go number 5. It just won't be to the Chargers, but he could go number 5 at plus 250. And if that's the case, the Giants, their little lotto is kind of cuffed because they can't really do anything about that, and they're gonna play at that point, which would be, I'm assuming Malik Neighbors. But if they somehow go Rumadunze instead of Malik Neighbors, the Chicago will take the other receiver. I don't think they're going to trade out. I think they're going to get an impact receiver for Caleb Williams. They should trade out. Don't get me wrong. They should trade out. Atlanta or Chicago, one of them should trade out and get assets because there's going to be a team wanting to jump up to get an impact player at one of these high-end positions. Dallas Turner could still go, but I think Atlanta would be better set trading back. They might still be able to get him at like 11. Well, no, 11 will be with the Chargers now. Maybe like 10 if the Jets want to move up a little bit. They might be able to. Everyone's saying the smoke around the Jets.
Ball Coach, if you're still in here, no, we are not streaming tonight.
We're not,
might be
tonight,
on us.
I will say this. We're not tonight, but Stadium Rant tonight. We'll be having a big draft special, 32 teams. They'll have people doing a draft.
Yeah, we'll be on there with the Colts
tonight. So it's gonna be pretty fun tonight. If you guys want to check that out, go to the Stadium Rant live stream tonight for the all 32 draft tonight. It's gonna be pretty fun.
So just go ahead and subscribe and turn the notifications on, and you'll get a notification when we go live or when they go live, and then I'll be on there in a little bit. And I think Matt will be on there as well when Commanders pick.
I might pop in there.
You gonna be on there when the Commanders pick?
I don't know if I'll be on there, but I'll definitely be in there.
And then Giants could jump on that at 6. Yeah, they could definitely jump on JJ. Yeah, that's at 550, Ball Coach. I really.
That's the lotto I was talking about. That's the lotto I'm talking about. If the Giants jump and go.
I
They
just
got
got a free bet on
Now, here's another situation that could be different. What if the Giants see the Patriots? I don't think they necessarily want to trade out of like past 11 or like past. Well, they definitely don't want to go to the double digits. But if they trade with a team like the Giants, if the Giants can get a proper assets to make that deal, that could be interesting because only back 3 spots. It depends on what the Chargers do. They might have to move up the Patriots to make sure no one else takes a quarterback at 5, and if they're okay with J.J. McCarthy. But if the Giants really want Drake May, they could make it happen. They could make it happen.
you
Hey,
a real
shout
one,
out
ball
Ball Coach.
coach.
Shout out Ball Coach. But the Giants could definitely make it happen. And this is
Um,
going to take a lot of work with the Patriots, and they're going to have to make different moves, really, especially a three-way trade with the Chargers, kind of how like the Dolphins in the did with the 49ers kind of 4 years back when they did it with Miami at the same time and they moved around. I mean, the Dolphins moved around with the 49ers and they moved. I forgot what the Philly. They traded with Philly too. That's who it was.
I forgot what the Philly. They traded with Philly too. That's who it was.
You got an echo on your side, parlay? Oh, we're good. We should be good. We should be good.
yes, I just put in that 550 bet. JJ to go in the six pick.
Okay.
But we will go ahead and resume the
Hey,
draft because Malik
the
Neighbors is
echo on
going
your
to
side.
Bears.
It's like I'm echoing.
No, you're good on my side.
I can hear myself. No.
I can hear your finger hitting it. That's it.
Okay.
But you're fine. I just need to hit continue so we can.
See, that's interesting. If Malik Neighbors goes number 9 to a place
This
like
thing is like taking forever, bro.
that would be very
Goes
interesting.
number
If
9 to a
Malik
place
Neighbors goes
like.
number 9, whew,
Goes number 9.
are you trading back?
I'm trading back.
You need to make a trade for me because the Commanders are about to trade back into the first round soon. Bro, you're not even offering your first.
No, you're not even offering your first.
Yeah, I am. It's already on there. What? It's like taking forever, bro. 1 second.
Let's see.
All right. If it doesn't go, I'm gonna. All right. Well, it says. Well, goddamn. I guess he just. It said we took Kenyon Mitchell, which could definitely happen. I guess it doesn't want me to trade. I don't know what's going on with the computers
They
these
probably
days.
thought you were trying to
You
finesse
know
the
what?
system.
I'm gonna force them to let me trade.
Oh boy, Parlay's trying.
I was
trying
about to
be
finesse it.
in control. But the
Yeah,
moral of the story is what I was getting to is I think the Commanders
yeah.
are going to use their 2 second-round picks to trade back into the first round to get an offensive tackle. I think that's going to happen. They have pick number
I can see it.
and pick
All
number
right, bet.
40 for tomorrow, so they can combine those two.
God damn. You can like join live rooms, but it takes way too long.
While you're loading this up, did you want to give your preview on your Islanders bet?
Yeah. Oh, what the? All right, it's just gonna load. All right, yeah. So while it does this weird draft that's going on, where Caleb Williams goes second, um, I'm gonna let you guys know that when I woke up this morning, I went on Twitter, and the first thing I saw was my guy Stu Finer, Stuart effing Finer, and this guy is like the idol of all idols for gambling. If you guys don't know who Stuart Finer is, look him up. He works for Barstool now. He was the original gambler to actually sell his picks through like the newspaper and the like infomercials on TV. But what we got here is we got this is what he tweeted when he 5 hours ago. I will be in the owner's box tonight at UBS, guaranteeing a New York Islanders victory with Frankie Borelli. Our first playoff win of 2024 is tonight, guaranteed, he says. And he has a picture of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Stewart. Hey, shout out to Big Stuart Finer. It's going to be a good night for the Islanders. As a local Carolina person, I hate the Canes, so let's go. I also hate the Islanders because I'm a Rangers fan, but you know what? Waking up, seeing Stuart Finer giving you a guarantee, you know what to do. And there ain't no way I'm trading to the Texans. There ain't no way. But we are going with the Islanders today. Money line with plus money on the board. Come on, man. It's like plus 135 when I took it this morning.
So
Free
just to
money
give you
out
guys
there.
the hockey breakdown, it's game 3 of the series. They're getting their first game at home. If they're gonna win any game of this series, this is the
They
one
were
they're gonna
up
have to win.
3-0 game two.
They lost 5-3. It don't matter, bro. And then they're having a goalie
I know,
change
I
in
know, I
this
know. That's
series
what I'm
too.
getting.
What, the goalie change?
All right, bet. So we're good, bro.
They're doing a goalie change,
All
so they're
right,
gonna
we got something here.
Sorokin playing in the home games. So it's gonna be interesting. If they do get any game, it's gonna be this game. The fact Carolina was almost minus 170 on the road is kind of scary though, because them and Florida are the favorites to come out the East. They said no.
It won't let me do
They said no.
it. They said no. You're not tricking us. I'm gonna add, I don't want
Well,
that.
you see what just broke while we were talking here? Now there's gonna be some stuff
Come on,
moving
trade this
around.
pick with me.
Listen, the Giants are having been trying to have trade talks with the Patriots with the belief that they
What happened?
up for Drake May. The Giants are trying to talk with the Patriots to trade up for Drake
All right.
May. Did you hear what I said?
Hey, all right. With the 15. Yeah. The Drake May. The Giants are. Or wait. What?
The Giants are trying to trade up to number 3 with the belief that they want Drake May.
I think there is that.
And then
Giants are trying to trade up to
the
number
prevailing
3. But
and then the Patriots aren't really trying to move unless it's like a crazy deal, like a Godfather offer.
so it's not gonna happen.
Probably not. They want Drake May, yeah.
It's just a call that happened. It's just a call that happened this morning that they told him about.
Yeah.
But I did get with the 15th pick, the Indianapolis Colts have decided to trade for the 25th pick, the 41st pick, and the 58th pick, and they will be trading their 46th pick as well. We'll be moving back, Colts fans.
But
Did the space died.
I don't really have too much else to cover. I just wanted to get those NHL games in tonight. NBA tonight? Actually, no. Let's do a quick cover of NBA before we get out of here, parlay. There's 3 games on tonight. You got the
Let's do it
Cavs
because I
going.
actually
You got the Cavs going on the road to play the Magic in Orlando. You got the Knicks going on the road to play Philly in Philly, and you got the Nuggets going on the road to play the Lakers in LA. So Philly has the largest spread of any of the three home teams. I don't know why. I like Orlando tonight, even though they shouldn't. They did not play well when they were in Cleveland in their first playoff experience. But I think tonight, I mean, they might get swept. You never know. But if they're going to win, it's the same kind of mentality as in hockey. Game 3, first game at home of their series, this is the game they're going to win. If they don't win this, they don't have a fighting chance. The Lakers, I'm not even going to bet that.
Yeah,
That's a fun game.
I might have already put in the Nuggets to win, but
all this man does is player hate on his own team.
they suck.
Y'all playing the Nuggets.
They're trash. Yeah, we should have been playing the Suns.
That's your fault.
Oh man,
That's
it is what it is. Not my fault.
You know what I mean? Not you, but the Lakers.
Never hitting slow on the draft ever again. Jesus Christ, this thing's taking forever, bro.
And then I think the Sixers do get all the home teams. I think they'll be the first two for the East. I think they'll be able to make it a series. The Sixers probably slightly better. They have a lot better line movement so far. But that's the playoffs for tonight. And then we'll leave the rest of it. The draft is really the focus tonight. That's why we wanted to go through and show you guys some of the draft odds. Big Lotto is going to be McCarthy at 6 at plus. It was like 550 if I'm not mistaken. That parlay put in.
You see that?
What?
Yeah. Did you see that pick?
Bonix 23
to the Vikings.
I mean, that could be their strategy with one of their two first. That's not a bad option. I wouldn't be surprised if a team like. Hey, you know what I heard? I heard Buffalo might want to move up to go get Rome Odunze. That's like their dream scenario, Buffalo. They trade a first this year, a first next year to move up to like 9 with Chicago. Could be possible. Chicago don't have too many picks in this year's draft, but it could help them for next year. And then Buffalo would.
Dude, I'm listening to. Yeah, Buffalo trading up would be peak, but I don't want to happen. This thing takes forever to load, Matt.
But did you
I'm
have
just about to
anything
take a
else
pick.
I was about to say, did you have anything else to cover after this pick parlay?
Not after this pick. Once this thing loads up, we out. But as of right now, it is frozen, and I was going to take Cooper DeJean.
Well,
now
parlay was going to draft Cooper DeJean.
Oh, there we go. No, DeJean, like the mustard. Oh, wait. All right, I did draft him.
He got drafted by you. So with that being said, y'all, that's Parlay Joe.
That's Matt. And we the Gritty Gamblers.
No. I got to end off with this. Let's hope I don't have to drink some Cuervo tonight because J.J. McCarthy went number 2 overall. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Gritty Gamblers.
I mean, I would not want that to happen with myself either. But with that being said, let's see if the outro will play, unlike when it did.
I bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.